Hey everyone! Oh, I thought this was going to go live. It still hasn't gone live. It's not going live yet. This is weird. Wow, it's stuck. Hey everyone, I guess StreamYard's doing its thing. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I am super excited about today's show. I have a 2-for-1 today, a twofer. I've got Jerry and his wife Sheryl, and I'm super excited. I'm going to intro them with this little video real quick. Hey everyone, welcome back. I am super excited to have Sheryl and Jerry Isenhour here. I know Jerry through Grow Live, and I'm super excited because I'm getting to know his wife now. And that's what's great about Facebook. You can stalk people and get to know who they are. So I'll let them introduce themselves really quick. And I'm just super excited because there's so much excitement. And you guys are sharing this on your page, right?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful, because this is really important. This is a special show to me. So I'll let you guys introduce yourselves really quick.
Well, Sheryl, you go first.
Always. Yeah, I'm Sheryl Isenhour. I don't know how much intro she's putting in, but I'm a Ziglar certified coach and trainer. I'm also an author, a speaker. I own a manufacturing plant where we build outdoor living products. We take care of Jerry, for lack of a better word, and I wear a lot of hats. It just depends what day we're spinning.
Okay, and just Lynn, so you know, I'm actually a chimney sweep. That's my upbringing, and I was in the chimney sweep industry for about 30 years. 10 years ago, due to some changes in life, and I became a coach, a consultant, an educator, an author, and other things. About 10 years ago, formed a company. Today, our brand is CBC Success Group, and we work with certain niches in the home service contracting business. My specialty is chimney sweeps, chimney venting, hearth businesses, and I also work with home inspectors.
That is super cool. Matter of fact, just so that I'm so impressed with this couple, and they're such a dynamic duo. But I found a little video of their business, and I've actually seen so many pictures of the seminars and things you've done. So I'm just going to show this really quick, so that as we go, you can see what's going on here. The dynamic duel that is full of self-development, teaching, the passion you guys have. I know you guys are super appreciated. And I just want to take a minute here real quick and play this little video.
Hey, Jerry, Brian Kelm here. Hey, I'm so grateful you're with us. After you telling your story about your heart attack, my heart dropped because I witnessed the near-death experience going on 11 years ago, where I almost killed in a car accident. And from seeing you show up in Ken's group and Scott McCain, and then finding out that you've done some in-depth training with Jeffrey, really solidified, being around the people I need to be around. And the biggest thing that stands out to me about you is growing up, my mom always told me that I aspired to learn from people older than me. That there was just such a grace about people that had, their stories and their experiences. And I consider you one of those people. After you telling all your stories and everything and just listening to you share, it makes me feel like a kid again, that I am around the people that I need to be around. And you're one of those people. Lots of love, Jerry.
It's really neat, Lynn.
Surprise! Well, now that you're going to know a little bit about my show. My show is about live, love, laugh, and let go out loud. And in my show, you come to my show, one, you're taking time out of your busy day for me. Two, while you're still living and while you're here, I want you to know how much I love you and appreciate you. And I am so blessed that after you having a heart attack a week ago or so, that I get to say this. So it doubly means more to me. And the weird thing is I was telling Brian, I've got to get a hold of Jerry. Jerry's in my heart, my thoughts, and I'm kind of just that way. And so while you were going through all that stuff, you were in my heart, which just, reminds me that I get mad at myself when I don't listen to those little whispers. So again, this show is really, really special to me to have you and your beautiful wife here. And so anyways, let's just go into some questions here. I don't want to get too mushy. I'll start crying before you do. So what meaning does living your best life have for you personally right now? And I'll let Sheryl go first.
Actually, Jerry and I, neither one are young people. So we have to live our best life. We don't know when and where, as nobody does. But I've always tried to live to help other people. So, and to do that, I mean, you teach by what people see, not by what you say, but by what they see. And so just always trying to be that person.
Absolutely. That's awesome. I'm going to recognize some real quick people here. Hi, Robert. Thanks for being here. Looks like he's on the rooftop, resident London. And then we've got here Ken Wall's guest yesterday handles everything, garage doors. Okay. And then we've got my friend Sandy. Thank you, Sandy, for being here. And thank you, Robert, for being here. So now it's your turn, sir. Jerry.
Okay, so here's the whole thing. What excites me, Lynn, is I want you to take a minute and I want you to think, and this is kind of what I do with people, but this will kind of give you the thought process. I'd like you to put into your mind a blank screen, a wall, a piece of canvas. And what I love to do is have people tell me what they envision their future will be. I work on a 3-year plan. So what it is, if you could take your life, your business, or whatever you're trying to move to that next level and draw me a picture of that, and then let me help you get to what I call your dream, help you to realize that. And what that becomes is a wall of trophies. I see these heads on the wall, kind of think of animals in a way. You may see a hunter that has a head or whatever. Well, those are my trophies. The trophies are the people that we've helped to get to them where they've turned what we call their dreams into their reality. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So living your best life is helping everyone do that. That's what
it's all about, Lynn. To me, it's all about there's going to come a day, and it could have happened last week, to be honest with you. What I had a medical appointment this morning, and yeah, I had what's called a widowmaker. I could have been gone last week, but it's all about making a difference in life. So the day you're gone, that people will remember you, they will quote you, you've had an effect on someone. That's what you call your legacy. So what you're working in this lifetime to do is build that legacy of the people that you've made a difference in their lives. I hope that makes sense, but that's kind of where it's at for me.
absolutely, and I love that, and I think that's why I kindred spirits with you. Even though we haven't spoke, just being in the same presence with you, I just get that from you. So I thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate the opportunity.
What do you love in your life other than your family right now?
You're talking to me or Sheryl now?
Both of you. So Sheryl, we'll let Sheryl go.
I love living, actually. I've got to put that right at the top. I mean, I enjoy what I do for a living. I enjoy both sides of it. I get up every morning, probably, hopefully, like a lot of other people. I come out happy. It's you just have to do that. There's so much to love in life. The time that you have left, the people in it, the communication with new people like you. It's just people are having such a hard time right now because of the COVID stuff, of not being able to reach out and touch someone. It's super nice to get to talk to people like this because we are so isolated now. And that's not one of my favorite things. I'm a people person. So you do what you got to do. Get up every morning, as my grandmother would say, put your big girl panties on and go out for life.
Absolutely. And you, Jerry?
Mine is getting up every morning, and I tell people this, it's such a pleasure, and this is no lie, to just be able to talk to people on the phone, be able to help them. That's what my love is. Now, I love to travel. I love when Sheryl and I can go to the Caribbean. That's kind of like our special place to go. We go to Jamaica, we go to Mexico, we go places like that. So when you talk about it, I would say that's also a love of ours, is to get out, go out, and just take some downtime on a Caribbean beach.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go to this quick question. How did you guys meet?
Okay.
You want me to take that one?
You take that one. I'll add two as I see it.
And the reason why I asked this question is because for 15 years I had my own business where it was lingerie and stuff, and I did a lot of bridal bachelorette parties, and so that's always been my speaking to couples all the time. I always like, how did you guys meet?
Actually, he sold me a grill. He was in. I needed a grill very fast. I'm gonna testify to this one. I was actually had a meal I had to cook for another gentleman that night. My grill broke. Okay, and so I went over to his shop, and not did he just sell me a grill, he sold me the crappiest grill I think I've ever gotten my hands on. And then he wanted to know, I've been in construction all my life, but he asked, do you need some help putting it together? And my first instinct was, what are you talking about? And on the other hand, I was in a hurry because I had to cook dinner. So I said, sure, come on over and put it together. And that was the very beginning.
Oh my goodness. That's even spicier than I thought.
Well, Lynn, it could get spicier, but we're not going to go into a lot of the intimate details from there, okay? We'll just let people imagine in their minds of what was happening.
Okay, but okay, so I have to ask the question, like, did he come over, put the grill together while you were still making dinner for this guy, or was he like...
No, this was like early in the day. I mean, I found out the day before my grill screwed up. So he came around lunchtime and put it together. And then, you're sitting there thinking, now, how do I get rid of him? Because I had someone else coming and I had a meal to prepare. But things happen, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But Lynn, so you'll know, I gave her a really great grill a couple months later. It was a very high-end grill. So, we upgraded her as part of our customer service.
No, that's personal customer service if I ever heard one. I'm so glad I asked that question. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So you got me with that one. Okay, so let's talk really quick about what things have you let go out loud. And when I say this on my show, it's basically successful people go through things and people just don't only see the success. They never see the part of your ups and downs that you conquered. You obviously have to get out of your own way to be successful and to help others. So if you don't mind taking time to each share something that you've actually professed out loud that was vulnerable and share, that would be great.
Okay.
Jerry, you take this one first.
Okay, so like I told you, I've been in the chimney service business a number of years. I was actually president of national trade associations, educational foundations. I had been training around the country. Basically, if you were in my niche, you knew who I was. You had probably heard me speak. You knew what I had. I had a pretty good effect on the industry. But what happened was in 2007 to 2010, Lynn, are you aware that this country went through a recession?
Yes.
Okay. So to give you more of the story is, I was a person that was heavily funded by the bank, heavily funded. And like I tell a lot of people today, you couldn't get funded and leveraged like I could in those days. So you'll know, I was so in debt to the bank that the bank came to me one day and said, Jerry, you're going to have to get a life insurance policy and you're going to have us as the beneficiary. And so you'll know, Lynn, that insurance policy had 2 commas in it. So all of a sudden I was faced with this. It's what I tell a lot of people. If you want to know when you're really in debt, it's when you paying for a life insurance policy that the bank is the beneficiary of. because what they had determined that my presence was so critical that if something happened to me, that they were going to have to take the fall. So back in 2007, 08, 09, 010, in that range, what was happening was the banking institutes of America, the Federal Reserve, the FDIC, was putting banks through what was called stress testing. And stress testing means that if people defaulted, all of a sudden these banks were going to be out of business. So this fateful day in in 2010 is the bank I dealt with decided that it would call my loans. So I went out in my mailbox one day and I had a stack of letters about this tall, and that was calling our loans. And what he did, he gave me 5 days to come up with $1.3 million, $1.3 million. And I got 5 days to do this, which is impossible. So at this point, I had to go through personal bankruptcy. I lost all my companies. Sheryl did not have to go through that because we had a premarital agreement. So even though we're married in the state of North Carolina, we are individuals. I can own property, she can, businesses, and vice versa. So what happened was I had to start all over again. I had to start over, form a new business. What are you going to do? And to be honest, Lynn, I'd made a lot of people mad in my career up this point. So a lot of people didn't want to hire me. There was no chance. So finally, there was a guy, and Sheryl and I were sitting in Hartford, Connecticut at a convention. And the night before, I had won what was called the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Chimney Sweep group for America. It was only been given 2 times. I was the second recipient. And the next morning, there was a guy said, I want to have breakfast with you and Sheryl. And he sat down and he said something. He said, Jerry says, these guys need you. They need you and you need to become a coach. And it's like, what are you talking about, John? Are you crazy? But from that point, it gave me a new lease on life and started over again. So when you talk about it, in order to get over and through this, part of it is telling your story. So people told me I had a story. So back in, I think in 2017, 2016, I wrote my first book. It's called Chaos To Reinvention. And this book tells you all the pain that I went through and what I had to do to reinvent yourself. Now, I'll tell you, if you read this book, you'll probably have a couple tears come to your eye. You'll probably think, but I didn't write this book for the purpose for anyone to feel sorry for me. I wrote this book so other people could understand what happens when you're over obligated to the bank and the bank comes and takes your homes, they take your businesses, they take everything. There's nothing more realistic and what I would call a magic moment in life than to stand on the courthouse steps and watch them auction off your property, which I did that. Okay. So if you talk about what have you let go out loud? Yeah, that was a pretty bit. When you write a book and release it, that's pretty much saying it like it is.
Wow. Well, I've heard some letting go out loud stories, but that one takes the cake for me right now. And Sheryl, before you go, I just, we go through leaps, we go through peaks and whatever they call it, right? Peaks and parries as we go through. But like I said on my show, I love to appreciate people. So I got a little surprise for you.
Hey!
This is just fantastic.
I gotta ask a question. I know you recently went through something pretty traumatic, and my question was, in the moment, did you think, I wonder if there's anything about this in the course?
And kid, I really didn't, but I don't think this is in the course, but it's going to be in future courses of mine. How's that?
I'm kidding. Hey, I just wanted to hop on. Lynn asked me to make a video, and I thought, I'm the live streaming king. I don't make videos. I go live. So I just want to come on and tell you that I love you. I'm glad that you're doing well. I think the world of both of you. I appreciate everything. You've referred some people over to the course to be with us in the course, and I appreciate the heck out of you, man.
alive.
We give each other a hard time, but
Yeah, and so
it's
you
all
know,
fun.
this is kind of a private thing, but because it's in the course, you know, that's kind of a little private joke with Ken and mine. In fact, the other day we were both in the same class with Scott McCain. So
Yes.
anyway, I sent this private message to Ken. I said, you know, I started to put in this and say it's in the course, but I didn't. So we just set him up. But at the end, I told him, I said, you know, Scott, I hope Ken buys into your course because I want to hear you say to him, well, Ken, it's in the course.
You know, this is what it's all about, is us being able to impact the world and give so much. And Ken, you are a giver too, and we love you, and you just
love you guys too.
Let me share something about Ken. It was like, you know, I wanted to talk to Ken one day because I had saw him through Scott McCain. So we set up a call because, like, okay, I got to know who this Ken Walls guy is, and so he can know a little bit about me. And as we go through this conversation, all of a sudden he finds out that I was certified by Jeffrey Gitomer some years ago. Well, Ken, you know, Jeffrey's up on this plateau in Ken's mind. See, my goal is to make myself at that plateau of Grant Cardone and Jeffrey Gitomer and Ken Wall's mind. That's what I'm doing. But it really, all of a sudden, he says, well, let me get Jeffrey on the line. And next thing I know, we're having a three-way conversation. And that's when I knew Ken had a lot of connections because I can't get Jeffrey on the phone like that. It just impressed me.
and you spent thousands of dollars on his course.
I did. Yeah, you know, but Jeffrey's who I went to for training for video and other things. But, you know, Jeffrey is Jewish. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but he says a lot of it. So he was talking that night, and, you know, we were having that call. He said, I'm going to be the first Jewish chimney sweep in America. And it's like, no, you're not. I've got a client right now that's Jewish, buddy. So you're not the first.
Right. Yeah, Jeffrey's a good dude. Well, hey, I just wanted to pop on and surprise you and tell you how much you mean to me. I appreciate you. I'm really glad you're still with us. And I'll be in Charlotte. I'm coming down to Jeffrey's in March. So I'll connect with y'all and we'll have some coffee or something.
You got it, brother. And
right.
I appreciate your words, Ken. It means a lot to me. You know, this whole thing, I give it out, but I got to be able to take it. We can kid back and forth. And that's what real friendship's about. When you can, you know, cut into each other and cut up, but you know, you really love each other inside. So Ken, love you, brother.
Love you too, man. Love you too, Sheryl.
Yeah.
See you guys. Have a great show.
Great Thank you, Ken. Love you.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. Love you too.
That was awesome. Okay. So not to cut my Sheryl off here. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen on Lynn's show. You just never know. And okay, so Sheryl, what things have you let go out loud?
Actually, mine's a lot of big little things. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, sure.
As a young child, I'm just going to begin. I was molested as a young child. My mom was an alcoholic, so I started taking care of her at 12. Got married, had 2 children, became a single parent when the baby was born. I had a 4-year-old and a 4-week-old. And so times went really crazy early. I got into a profession of hanging wall covering. I did that for 22 years. I was the first female in the state of North Carolina to have a license to work on construction in North Carolina. When you're the first woman, that tells my age. But that's my let out louds are things that they've happened, but instead of holding on to them, you make something good out of them. Because all of the things that happen, I can talk to my clients and I can actually say, I understand. And I think that's where the rapport comes. So I've said, it took me a while to be able to say the earlier ones on out loud, but you do. And going through Jerry's bankruptcy, yeah, it was hard. You were the outsider because your money wasn't involved, or, you know, that part of it. But I had to be the strong one. Seems like I've always had to be the strong one when there was real turmoil. And so I'm pretty good at holding the tears until it's all over with. Then we freak out. But that's what you come out loud with. You just come out and you say it. And I'm not ashamed of anything that happened. what I'm ashamed of are the few things that I didn't take advantage of.
Yeah. I hear you. I've been abused since I was very, very young, sexually, mentally, physically, and all that stuff. And I can relate. And it was just carrying that shame all the time. And because, the mental manipulation of the people that are treating you this way, especially when you're young. I mean, you're not even 7 years old yet. You don't have no concept other than your parents aren't going to love you, So, yeah, I can relate to that very much so. Let me see here. What am I going to do next? Here.
Hi, Lynn and Jerry. It's Jamie Green, the Solar Queen. And Jerry, Lynn asked me to make a quick video talking about how I met you. And I met you through the Grow Live Academy with Ken Walls. And one of the things that impresses upon me about you is your enthusiasm and your desire to learn and grow your business. So I just want to wish you well and say hello.
I feel like a roast here almost, Lynn. I mean, I am.
Now you sound like Ken when I did this to Ken. He goes, Lynn, I feel like I'm in my own funeral.
Yeah, like so I'm hearing what they call it, the obituary read or whatever. But Jamie, I really appreciate that. That you and Ken and Brian and all your words, it really means a lot because sometimes I wonder, to be honest with you, I'm kind of outspoken, as you know. I don't have, that's how I make a living. I have to be outspoken. But sometimes you don't know how people are taking it. So this is making me feel really good that I've impressed these people in what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's just it. There's many times I didn't think I mattered. I carried too much shame. I didn't think I had a purpose in life either. And so with having some brain injuries that affect me sometimes and I can't articulate the words I like to sometimes or this or that. I was like, sometimes you just feel all used up, but heck, I'm here, I'm doing it. Anybody else can too. And so my thing though, is I've seen too much in life when people pass. Too many people have regrets because they never had the balls to say, hey, Jerry, I love you. Or, hey, Jerry, I respect you, or this or that. It saddens me when you see all the accolades at somebody's funeral and they never heard homage while they were here. So with that said, I'm going to throw one more in here.
Hey, Jerry, it's Charles Coachman. I just wanted to send you this quick video and say, wishing you all the best. I know that you've had a difficult time the past couple of weeks, but man, you are roaring back. So congratulations to you. You're in good hands with Sheryl to take care of you. And we love the fact that you are already back. God bless, man. You take good care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, man, this is overwhelming.
Well, you have no idea, just knowing when you would come on and watch Brian and I, and you take minutes to type to me, you have no idea how much that means to me, that you take moments out for me. So I'm just giving back what you give me, truly.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Sincerely. And I think the world would be a better place if we took a moment and told people that while we had a chance. So now let's get into something that can make you laugh. What other than me, what makes you laugh? Oh, here, I'll make you laugh with this one real quick.
I may not be TikTok famous, but I have never posted a video of me shaking my butt for likes.
And if the beat live, Lil Juke made it. Yada 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 yada.
That's my hand exercise for the day. See, other than me, what makes you laugh?
I'll tell you, man, what makes me laugh is real world comedy. I love to listen to comedians that, like Jeff Foxworthy, they talk real world. Listen to Larry the Cable Guy. God, what's the old guy that we've listened to, Sheryl? It's on Facebook all the time. We've seen him in the comedy club, but it's just real life stories. And a lot of these are about, we're from the South. Okay. And here's the problem from being in the South. A lot of people don't understand that we speak as close as there is to what William Shakespeare spoke in his day. Did you know that, Lynn?
No, but I do now.
Okay, so that is a proven fact. The dialect of the native North Carolinian is as close as there is to what William Shakespeare spoke in his day. That's very true. But most of the time, when you talk about somebody from the South, what comes to your mind? Gomer Pyle, Goober Pyle, all the classic. Or, we got a town down here called Gastonia. And if a tornado comes through, there's always going to be a lady in the trailer park in hair curlers and all this talking about the tornado that just come through. And to listen to these comedians talk about this, even though that's what the problem in this world is. We cannot make fun of ourselves any longer. We used to have a newscaster here in Concord. His name was Robert D. Rayford. And Robert used to always say, and he called today's people the United States of the offended. And that's one of the problems today is we are so easily offended and we can't have a personal point of view any longer without people coming and attacking us. And I firmly believe everybody's entitled to their point of view. And if it's different from mine, that's right. That's fine because they have the right to be wrong.
Right. Right. No, and I think that's why I like Brian and my show. It's real and raw. I think you already know. You never know what Lynn's going to say over there either.
Right.
Same thing with this show. I mean, it's my show. I'll ask whatever question when I feel like it and blah, blah, blah. But I want people to laugh. I want people to have fun. I want people to get little tidbits and special things and follow these people that I admire or are special to me in my life. And we don't have enough of this variety going on. And that's where I really felt compelled to come forward and get out of my own way and be here and celebrate and have fun. So George Carlin was a good one back in the day. So, yep. And how about you, Sheryl?
Well, Jerry and I come from the Rednecks 101. So,
I live in Montana. Hello, McFly. And I grew up in Long Island, New York. Okay, so I hear you.
Born and bred here. I've lived within 10 miles all my life. So, but let's put it this way. That's why I wear turtlenecks, because the back's really, really red.
Oh.
But I like the old humor. I like dry humor. I'm very sarcastic a lot of times. I have no filters. If it's in the back of my mind, it rolls.
I love your wife, Jerry. I love her already. She's going to be one of my besties. I just say it.
But it's what goes on in life that's so funny. I mean, everything after the hardships past will eventually become funny. There's humor in everything. It's not during the crisis, but afterwards. I'm sure the pandemic's going to be a big joke when this is all over.
Yeah, for sure. You make me laugh because, I did for 15 years. I had lingerie parties, and I'll say it to you guys because I think you're adult enough, but I had adult toys and novelties and fun stuff. So I dealt with couples all the time. And talk about laughing. Boy, I had a lot of laughs in my life, which I'm going to get to this now. Here we go. You guys need to listen real carefully.
So have you ever gotten yourself in a pickle? What kind of pickle would you say you got yourself into? That you learned the most valuable lesson ever.
I bet you guys got some good pickle stories. So come on.
I'll have to think about that.
I don't have a pickle story. I love pickles every night. I eat bread and butter pickles. That's like a snack now. That takes my,
Yeah, but the pickle I'm talking about is you got yourself in a situation and then, that's kind of a being in a pickle.
I saw, I got in a situation some 20 some years ago. Let me tell you, I sold this grill to a lady, okay? Had no idea what was going to happen from this grill sale, that this was going to become my life partner and my best friend and everything else, because she walked in my store one day and bought a grill.
So who liked who first? Wait, I got to go to you, Sheryl, because we're putting you in the pickle now. So here this guy comes along and you're supposed to be cooking the dinner for somebody else. Did you say, what am I doing cooking? He must have been in your thought right after you met him, right? You were in a pickle. You had to have been in a pickle.
Yeah, it's kind of okay, we got a grill, which I paid too much for a piece of crap. But
She's not going to let that go, Jerry. She's not going to let that go.
Never. My mouth is what gets me in a pickle more often. You know, mouth opens, crap comes out, and then you have to fish up the loose ends. So I'm my own pickle, for lack of a better word. But yeah, you look back on it now it was funny. But with that situation, it was like,
there was a pickle.
I need you to go now. Actually, the evening really sucked after that because the guy was a first date kind of deal, last date definitely. But it was.
So wait, so after that grill, how'd you get back to Jerry? That's what
That's part that we're going to leave that part out because
he called and wanted to know if I wanted to go on a ride in his car, and it's like, not really. But anyway, we went, and one thing led to two, and two led to three, and here we are 25 years later, still wondering why I got a crappy grill. But
hey, he said he made it up to you, though. So
how he made it up. He brought me this really nice, expensive grill, put it out there, forgot to tell me how to use it because it wasn't the typical grill. It had infrared burners. I don't know if you know what those are, but my assumption is you cook like a grill. So the night that I was going to fix him dinner, I bought some of the nicest pork chops, trying to be nice. You know how it goes. Put them on the grill, went in to finish getting ready. To come to find out that you've got about 2 minutes to cook them. So we made good feast.
I love that. I know you didn't expect that. I don't do interviews to be talking about how we met.
No. Well, you know, we went riding in the mountains the next day, so you know, and I had a Triumph Spitfire that broke down in the mountains. No kidding. We had to get her daughter to come get us, and later on, I had to send a wrecker to get the car. It's just like I said, there's a lot of details of that we probably don't want to spread out of this show today.
Fiasco come up in your mind anyway.
Oh, wow. And the rest, like they say, is history, right?
The rest is history.
Oh, my goodness. I got one more for you.
Hey, Jerry. Mark Gassert. Mark's message. Peachtree Corners, Georgia, the peachiest place on the planet. Salute you, all of us from Peachtree Corners. Hey, listen, you're probably wondering why I have the word live or is it live? So if you go with like live, which is an action word or verb, Jerry lives an extremely active life. Jerry will live to be 100, and I sure hope that's true. And then you can go to the adjective side of live. Jerry is a live stream rock star. Or better yet, Jerry is a real, live, authentic person. Hey, listen, Jerry, you're an owner, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're even an author. I mean, you know, is there anything that you cannot do? I just have to know. Because we've all been watching you, listening to you, and we really, truly, truly, truly appreciate the truth, wisdom, and knowledge you bestow upon us. I'm honored that you're a member of the Grow Live Academy. Most important of all, my friend, I'm going to leave you a bit of advice from my father, who lived to be 95 years old. And it kind of goes like this. When you have your health, you have everything. Bottom line, you truly are a millionaire. And all of us here, Jerry, are rooting for you 110%. I wish you nothing but more continued growth and success because you've earned it every step of the way. Again, my blessings to you, my brother. Have a fantastic life.
Lynn, I am simply blown away because you have done a lot of work to put this together. It means a lot. It really does.
Is my first impression okay?
It's great. Well, see, but it goes down again. You know, what's so great about this world and being in the Grow Live, like I said, it's being able to meet and get to know people and networking people like you and Brian. And like I said, I love to go over and listen to you guys when you're talking on your show through the week. I can't give you but 5 minutes because I got a call, and sometimes I got a call going, and you're playing in the background the whole time going on. But you look at it, but it benefits everybody. It's like yesterday, Ken Walls had Tommy Mello on his show yesterday. And that was a connection that I was able to make for Ken, that you need to talk to this guy. You need to get him on your show because he's got that much wisdom, that much enthusiasm. Tommy Mello reminds me of me 30 years ago. I wish I was his age today, but hey, I'm going to just catch it. He just drives me, and that's what we do. And that's what I hope I do with other people. It's just like the comment came out, Lynn's amazing to put things together, and you really are. This has been one heck of an experience today. Like I said, it's almost like a roast from those that love you.
You want to know a secret?
Yeah.
You want to know a secret? I haven't done much of Ken's course at all. and I haven't, because I had the privilege of, he was a keynote speaker for a company that 500 people were there plus, and I got to speak on the stage and introduce him. And so he said he was going to do this course, and I just liked him right away. And I just an energy about him. And I said, look, I'll give you $500 for your course. And I was the first one that signed up for it before he had an inception. And so, and I actually know to do everything that Ken does, so I don't try to compete with him. And also, I took from the course the lighting and camera stuff, and I took some of the StreamYard stuff, but haven't done the rest because eventually I might do a course myself, and I don't want him to think I stole anything from him. So,
yeah. Well, like I said, the course taught me. Be honest with you, I had been doing videos for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So I got into it, and it's like, okay, let me check in this StreamYard stuff. So as I went through one Sunday morning, it was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to use StreamYard. And about 2 hours later, I knew how to use StreamYard. It's like, okay, let's let rock and roll. And at 4 o'clock that afternoon, I put my first edition of the Fireplace Show up that we've been doing every week since then. But, it was just a matter of getting in. But Ken's course was really good because it would tell me the steps. And then I'd ask Ken a question. That's where it came from in the course. I'd ask the question. Well, Jerry, it's in the course. Okay, well, I understand, but I need a shortcut right now, Ken.
You can come to me.
Yeah.
I'll give you Lynn's version. How's that?
There you go. Like I told him, I said, I got a virtual online platform too, Ken, but people call all the time and ask me questions, and I give them the answer. I don't tell them, well, it's in the course. It's in them 750 courses in there. Go find it.
Well, and when I bought the course, there was only like 36 modules. I mean, like 36 lessons. So next thing you know, he piled it in there. I'm like, well, I'm not getting through that. But anyways, let me ask you guys this question because it reveals a lot to me. And I'll ask Sheryl first. What makes a person beautiful to you?
I think what makes them beautiful is, number one, if they're true to themselves, and that you can. I'm an I person, so the way to the soul. You know whether that person's beautiful, the way they act, their behavior, the inner person. The outer person doesn't have to be pretty at all, but behind those eyes has the heart, and the soul has got to be it. That's what I look for. I look for the beauty inside of people because, like you say, we're not all pretty, but some of us more than others. Okay. But it's the gist of it is most people look for their brains. They look for what they can see and things like that. I don't care if if you're not an A+, I'm going to say A+ student, even though you could be 60 years old. You don't have to be. It's where the heart sends you.
And for you, Jerry?
It's when you get around a person that simply, I don't know what it is. I've often thought, is it the scent that they put off? Is it our aura? Or what is it? But when you get around people and just being in them and you're getting energy versus other people are what we would call an energy vampire. You get around that person and they're just sucking that energy right out of you. And it's painful to be around them versus you're around people. Earlier, I talked about the gentleman that had the that had his conversation with me in Hartford and said, these guys need you. His name's John Meredith. And John is a person that just being around him exudes this look at the world that is unreal. And that's that's the true beauty in people when you can see it. And Lynn, I'll be honest with you, I see it with you. You put so much together today, and I have felt so honored in this today in this show with you, having these people come in. I mean, I am impressed to no end.
Good, I'm glad. And this question, I put it in here because people don't realize that what beauty is to you is really a reflection of you guys. And I thank you so much to express and to teach me what I believe you guys are epitome of. So again, that answering that question tells me a lot about you guys and how much I do. I love you guys as family, and this is the first time we video chat. So, but like I said, I used to fear when I had that intuition about people or that energy or whatever. At 55, now I live in it. I stand in it. I breathe in it. And I love having that spiritual connection with people, just knowing that they exist and that they're there. And, I know a lot of successful people and this and that, and I don't need to speak to them every day, but just to know they're there if I need them or they're friends, or it's just an amazing feeling because it just empowers you for the days that are, could be difficult. So I can't thank you guys enough for answering that question. And I'm just glad that I wowed you a little bit. And we're going to be done here soon. I can't believe it. Robert put here, you want to read that for me, Jerry?
Yeah, I'll read it. Kim was often a beacon of light to me during some very dark times. I met him through Builder All and knew that he was a person I needed to become friends with. And I knew it was to take a great deal of work to earn his trust and friendship. So I got right to it. It took flat out Roberting and was worth it.
That's awesome. And this must be a friend of yours, Collie. That was a great interview. So everybody's enjoying our time. Hi, Steve, for a pickle. So I just, you guys have written how many books? And now, Sheryl, you've written how many books?
6 at this point.
Okay, and so can they all be found on Amazon?
They can. All but two. 2 of them were composite books with Sheryl Prince. Not sure if you're familiar with her. They were composite books, so I can get them directly to someone. The others are on Amazon.
Okay, and Jerry, what about yours?
I published 7 books at this time. Of the 7 books that I published, 3 of them were with co-authors because there was various specialties I wanted to bring into it. And then I published 4 on my own. And yes, they're all available on Amazon. If you just type in Jerry Isenhour, Isenhour, which is different than most people that spell it. They like to spell it like my cousin. I have a cousin. I don't know if I ever told you this, but he was actually president of the United States in the 50s.
Yeah, it sounded a little familiar to me.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So that's pretty cool. Hey, so we're running out of time here. I don't want to hold Brian up too much, I got that other little show. But if you could only share one piece of advice, what would it be? And this is also, it was seen on NBC and some other shows or whatever. So I figured it would be worth asking really quick.
Okay. Sheryl, you go first.
If I was going to give one piece of advice, it would be what the title of one of my books is. And you just be able to say, I'm glad I did, instead of I wish I had.
Yeah, I got that right there. I look forward to getting that. Can I get that on Amazon?
You can, or let me know. It's just shoot me an address and I'll drop one in the mail. It's just a tiny book.
Oh, I'd love to share that. I'd love to have you guys individually on my show as well, if you guys don't mind, because I really would. And Jerry, what about you?
Okay, the whole thing I advise people to do is learn from every mistake. If you look back, history repeats itself. You go through so many times. It's like right now, one of the things that I've spoken on is the chaos of my financial life. For when I went through last week, all of a sudden it's a new story because now I have the chaos of a personal thing where life could have ended. Like I often tell some people, they say, well, how are you maintaining? How are you changing your diet? All it takes, Lynn, is I just remember riding in the back of that ambulance up the hill right behind us, looking back through the window, thinking, hey, is this the last trip? And then to find out, yes, it was that close and it could have been the last trip. Most people don't have this opportunity. They can't come back. A lot of people my age, they will be flat on their backs right now from what I went through. And I came out of this, we're ready to rock and roll. When I was 2 days in the hospital, I was like, get me out of here, please. I'm going crazy because I'm sitting there. I got no computer. I just got to rest, take it easy. Like, this is building my stress level up. Okay. But what you got to do is learn from your mistakes in life, and you learn how to be better and make yourself better.
So the lesson I'm hearing here is, Sheryl, he's got to be careful what he cooks on the grill.
Yeah.
It comes full circle there, huh, Jerry?
Well, it's worse than that because it's like, I love country ham. Okay. That is salted ham from the South. It's out of the question now. There's no more country ham. And there's some right there in the refrigerator. Okay. And
all that's left in the refrigerator is of the whole ham that you didn't eat, which is not much.
Yeah.
Can you take and soak it like in water and get the salt out of it, or no? No, you
not
just
right now. We got it well.
Get it out of the house and have some shrimp on the Barbie on the plate and on the grill.
On the grill.
On the grill. You guys, this has been a super honor. You have no idea. I'm just so blessed to call you guys my family, my Grow Life family. And, we're going to talk more, Jerry, because I need to enjoy you while you're here. Okay. So there.
Well, let's hope you got plenty of time to do that. How's that sound?
Yeah, both of us, for sure. So you guys stay right there. And you guys, thank you so much for being a part of our show today. Thank you, Robert Brooker. Thank you, Ken Walsh. Thank you for Brian and Jamie and Charles and Mark. It was all great. I couldn't have done it without them as well. I just appreciate you so much, and I hope you never forget that. So hold on.